Myself Ashish Kumar Sahu, and I welcome you to the C programming classes. In the previous classes we have learnt about what is a C program, what are its features, and what are its history. And in this class we are going to learn about starting process of C program, and I have already discussed about the basic structure of a C programming language. What are the different steps, or what are the compulsory parts or the mandatory parts, and what are the parts that are required for the C programming during the execution process or during the writing process. In this class we will discuss about C character sets. So first let us learn about character set or C character set. Means what are the types of characters are used in the C programming language? Which type of characters are used in the C programming language? You know that there are mainly four types of characters present. There are different types of characters present in the keyboard, like it may contain the digits, it contains the alphabets, it contains the digits or the numbers, it contains some special symbols, it contains blank space. So it contains character. What is the need of a character? When we will write a sentence, it is a combination of words, and those words are combination of certain characters. So to write down a word or a string, we need special characters. So those characters are known as character sets of C programming language. Means when we will develop a program, we should know what are the characters are used in a C programming language. So there are mainly four types of characters used. The first one is digits, that is 0, 1 up to 9. Second one is alphabets, there is small a to z and capital A to Z. Third one is blank space, or that is also known as white space. Space is also a character considered in a programming language. And the last one is your special symbols or special characters. Special symbols. Those special symbols may be percentage symbol, maybe hash symbol, maybe comma, maybe semicolon, maybe colon, maybe question mark, maybe greater than, less than, any symbol that may present in the keyboard. So mainly there are four types of character sets which are used in the programming language, and using those character sets we create the words or the sentences or the syntax or anything else in the like a variable name or identifier or any name we can create along with the combination of those characters. And the characters may be alphabets, maybe digits, maybe blank space, or maybe special symbol. Next we'll go for what is a token. Token is known as the smallest individual part of a programming language. Smallest individual part of a programming language. That means what? Let's see. Smallest programming language which has a meaning. You just see. Whenever I will write a sentence or write an essay, then I have to arrange the words. And those words are the small things which combine together to form a large sentence or a large essay. So in this way, when we will write a C program, I have to use those small words which has a meaning. I will go to the market. I is a word, will is a word, go is a word, to is a word, the is a word, market is a word. So all these things are combined or arranged in a proper form to make a valuable sentence. So in this way also in C programming language we will combine, there are certain small words which have some meaning, and when they are arranged it gives a meaningful sentence in a C programming language, and that meaningful sentence, that may be a C statement, that is known as a C statement. So those individual smallest words are known as the tokens in the C program. You know what is a token? When you go to a shopping mall and you lend your bag or put your bags in somewhere, then to go to inside the marketplace, then they gave you token instead of your bag. So they are giving a small thing which has some value. So it has a value, token has a value which is used in place of your bag. So token is the smallest part when you park our cars or park our bikes. Then also a token is given to us instead of our valuable thing. So token is a very small thing which has got a value. So in this case token is also a small thing which has got some value. So token may be a variable, token may be a constant, anything else. So token is the smallest part, it may be anything else. We will combine those tokens to form a sentence, C sentence. Okay. So there are different types of tokens present. I give you one example, that is int x is equal to 10. Okay, just say this, int x is equal to 10. What is the meaning of this line? Int means it is a data type, x is a variable name, equal to is a operator, 10 is a value or a constant, and semicolon is a symbol. So look at this sentence. This sentence consists of 5 things. One is data type, one is variable name, one is operator, one is the value, one is the symbol. So it consists of different small things to put together in a proper manner to form a C statement. So these are known as the C tokens. Okay, we'll go next. So there are different types of tokens. One is keyword, the types of token. Keyword, identifier, string, operator, constant, and special symbols or special characters. We will discuss one by one. So a C token can be a keyword, it can be a variable, it can be identifier, it can be a string, it can be operator, it can be constant, it can be a special character. We will discuss one by one. The first one is keyword. So what is a keyword? I'll write down this keyword. Keyword is a special predefined or reserved word. That it is predefined means it is already present. These words are already present inside the C compiler. Only the words are used according to their use. What is their use we have to know. Then we have to use those words according to our requirements. So keyword are the words, those are previously defined inside the C compiler, or those are reserved words, known as reserved words, which are used for a particular meaning, particular work or particular function. So reserve, or the definition of the keyword is, it is a predefined or reserved word in a C compiler which is used for a particular purpose. It cannot be used for any other purpose apart from its use. So for which purpose it has been there in the C programming language, or it has been there in the C compiler, it is only used for that purpose only. So see, there are different types of keywords, like for is a keyword. Go to int in this type there are 32 keywords. There are 32 keywords which are supported by ANSI-C. ANSI-C is a standard. American National Standard Institute is a standard C. ANSI-C is standard. We support 32 keywords are there. For example, for is used as a for a loop. Int is used as declaring a data type. Integer. Go to is used to go to a particular statement, a particular line in C programming language. If is used for conditional statements. So these are there are 32 keywords which we have to remember for the programming language. Okay. So next we'll go for identifier. Identifier. So what is an identifier? Identifier means what is used to identify something else. Okay. I used to identify myself, or I used to identify you by your name. You are used to identify me by my name. So some names are given to identify the persons. Likewise, some names or user defined names are there to provide the variables, functions, strings, or character sets, or array function to name them. Okay. So identifier are the user defined names provided by the user to identify variables, constants, functions, arrays, etc., structure, etc. So these are the names given to identify something else. So identifiers are the names given by user to identify a constant, a variable, an array, structure, function, etc. So identifier are used to naming. For naming this, we will give a constant a name. We will use an identifier. We will give a variable a name. We will give an identifier. So identifier are the naming process give to give the names to these kinds of things. So what are the rules of naming? What are the rules of naming? The rules are: the identifier may contain digits, alphabets, and special symbol, that is only underscore. It can contain only underscore. Fast character should be alphabet or letter or underscore. A fast character must be underscore or alphabet. It must not be a keyword. It must not be a keyword. It should not contain any symbol like comma or blank space. It is case sensitive. It is case sensitive. That means we can write down in uppercase and lowercase letters, but the uppercase and lowercase letters have different meaning. Means capital letters and small letters have different meaning there. Length of the identifier should be maximum 31 characters. Length should be maximum 31 characters. Okay. So for example, Fine here. I'll give a name x123 123x underscore 5 to ABC student address my table I'm giving this. So let's see. The first one is int. Let me first again describe the rules again. The first one is it may contain digits, alphabets, characters, anything else. It may contain different types of digits from 0 to 9, alphabets from A to Z, capital A to Z, small a to Z, and only one special symbol is allowed, that is known as underscore. First character should not be any digit. The first character of the identifier should not be digit. It must not contain the digit. It may contain the alphabets or it may contain the underscore. It must not be a keyword because keywords are used for a particular purpose. So these keywords cannot be used for any other particular purpose or naming something else. Okay. So keywords cannot be used as identifiers because they have a fixed meaning. It should not contain any symbol. It should not contain any symbol. No symbol should be present in the identifiers like your comma, underscore, semicolon, etc. or dot, etc. because only one symbol is allowed, that is known as underscore. It is case sensitive. Case sensitive means I can write down in uppercase, lowercase letters, but the uppercase and lowercase letters have different meaning. For example, ABC, there are two identifiers, and these two identifiers are different things because it is written in capital letter, it is written in small letters. So these two are totally different things. Okay, and length should be maximum 31 characters. So let's see this int. Will it be a identifier? No, because it is a int is a keyword. It should not be identifier. X123. It starts with X, that is a starts with alphabet. Yes, it can be. 1, 2, 3, yes. It starts with a digit, so it will not. Underscore. It starts with underscore. It can be. This is not underscore symbol. This is another. This is hyphen symbol. So this will not be a identifier. My underscore table. Yes, this will be. According to these rules, we have to follow. My space table. Okay, space should not be a character. It should not contain any symbol like comma or blank space. So it will not be. My percentage table. So percentage is also a symbol. So this will not be. So likewise, I have to name the variables. And the last thing is, I have to take the identifier name or name the identifier in such a way that it should be a meaningful, it should convey meaningful, it should be a short name and it should convey meaningful information to the user or the programmer. Okay. For example, for percentage I can write PER. I can also write percentage. I can also write PER. But it is not convenient to write on P. Okay. I can write on PER. I can write on percentage. Percentage is a total word. The total word containing the whole number of characters. PER. We know that PER somehow display or convey the meaning of percentage. But only if you write on P, then it will not going to convey that it is percentage. Okay. So it should be in the convenient way, meaningful way to describe itself. The name should describe itself. What is it? Okay. Thank you very much for the class, and I hope you have enjoyed the class. Okay. In the next class, we will learn about the REST tokens. Those are the operators, constants, and special symbols, all those things. And thank you for the class, and I hope you have enjoyed the class. Again, stay home, stay safe. Thanks very much.